Since 2014, I have been able to buy $50 million worth of real estate without using a dime of my own money. In this video, I want to go over 5 things that I learned buying $50 million worth of real estate coming from nothing all in a decade. Number 1, you don't need to come from money to make it big. I grew up in the middle class and didn't inherit a dime from anybody, and I've been able to grow several companies to the 7-figure mark, all in spite of the fact that I didn't come from money. You see, most millionaires are self-made. So if you think that you have to come from money to make it big, I want to start to shift your mindset now, because that is the furthest thing from the truth. In fact, most people that inherit money and have money given to them don't end up making it big and taking it to that next level. So if you're like me, from the middle class, or maybe the lower middle class, or maybe the lower class, and you didn't come from money, that is a good thing. You are positioned to make it big, and whether you think that way or not, it's true. So let's start to shift our mindset a little bit and understand that most people that make it big started right where you are right now. Number 2 is a doozy, and that is debt is the key to growing and scaling wealth. Whether we're talking businesses or real estate, you're not going to create wealth without owning assets. I remember reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad on my honeymoon and thinking, this is crazy. You borrow money to buy an asset, and then that asset pays off who you borrow the money from, and then you end up owning that asset. Because guess what? Assets create wealth. Most people don't make enough money to create wealth on their own. They need something to kickstart their wealth, and assets will 100% do that if you buy them correctly. And the good news is you can borrow money, AKA get into debt, to buy those assets. Now, I do it with real estate, but a lot of people do it with businesses. I would suggest you starting with real estate because it's the #1 thing that creates the most millionaires. I have a free training in the description portion of this video if you want to learn a little bit more about how to get into debt the right way with real estate. It's 30 minutes and it's super powerful. Number 3, knowledge and implementation are very, very different. You see, there are a lot of people. In fact, there are millions upon millions of people that have the knowledge needed to go create wealth, but they are not taking action and implementing that knowledge. You see, there's no risk in having knowledge, but there's also no reward either. Just knowing how to do something is not enough. You have to put the rubber on the road and step on the gas pedal to actually get traction and see things happen. And I know that may be obvious, but it wasn't to me. I thought just learning a skill or learning some type of trade to make money was good enough, but it's not. You have to actually take action and take those risks. And that is, in fact, why most people get into the space of following a guru or listening to somebody's advice, whether for free or for paid, because somebody else has already done it, and you're less likely to make as many mistakes by following their path because hopefully they've made those mistakes. Don't only focus on knowledge, focus on implementation and understand the risks involved. Number 4 is probably my favorite, and that is get into rooms where your biggest dreams are other people's realities. And this is the one that has moved the needle most for me. You get so much from being in rooms with people that are at higher levels than you, even if you have to pay to be in those rooms. I spend well into the 6 figures every single year to be in rooms of people that are where I want to be. And guess what? I've been fortunate enough a few times to become one of the bigger people in those rooms because of what I learned in those rooms. And then I got uncomfortable again and spent more money to be the smallest person in the next room. Being in rooms with people that are where you want to be will allow you to expand your mind. You will get connections that you wouldn't get if you weren't in those rooms. You will see what they are doing at a high level, and you will see what they are doing and screwing up, and you go towards what they're doing at a high level and you avoid what they're doing that's screwing up. It is invaluable to get a grooved path from somebody else. And this is the entire reason I created a community and a mentorship, was to allow people to get in the room with me and my coaches so we can show them the most grooved path. Of course, you can do it on your own, and in fact, a decent amount of people do. However, I don't think you can convince me, and probably can't even convince yourself, that having the grooved path, the systems, the processes, the connections, the community, and the overall mindset of people that are more successful than you, I don't think you can convince yourself that that's not probably worth the price of admission, I guess depending on the room. Shortening your learning curve and buying back more of your time is invaluable because time is the only thing that we can't get more of. You can always get more money, you can always get more things, and you can always start more companies, but you can never get back your time. So if you value your time, you will look into somebody else's knowledge and you can try to get it for free or you can pay for it. And number 5 is a great one as well, and that is collaboration beats competition. I thought that if I want to win, you have to lose. Never split the difference. I'm gonna beat you every single time and you have to lose and just deal with it. While that's good if you're playing basketball or football, it's not good in business, and this took me a while to realize that. You see, when you're competing with people, you are having to beat them and outshine them, create more viral content than them, have a lower price than them. Whatever it takes to win whatever business you're trying to get into is exhausting and tiring, and it shrinks your profit margins. However, if you call that person you're competing with and decide to collaborate with them and do a joint venture and create a product together or create some type of affiliate structure to where you both win because there's enough out there for everybody, your stress level goes down, your margins go up, and you're able to do more with less time and probably less overhead. Everybody wants to tell you have to compete to win, and that is simply not true. Win-win situations are real, and all the top players in whatever industry you're looking to get into, especially real estate investing, are doing deals together, and they're growing faster and they're growing more efficient, and they're doing it in a less risky way because they're collaborating and not competing. Now, I know this was a little bit different style than I usually do because on this channel here, I host my podcast. I do vertical lives that are kind of off the cuff on all social media platforms. I do horizontal lives that I only do here. And then you have my weekly podcast with my business partner, Lucas, as well as our Friday show where we interview some of the top people in the real estate and entrepreneurial space. Make sure you're subscribed, you're hitting this like button so you see more of my videos, and also hit that notification bell so you get notified when new videos come out, new podcasts come out, and also when my lives come out where you can learn from me while I'm teaching the nitty-gritty of how to create wealth through real estate. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.